what I want to pay attention to is not just that the Tarek fucking dies, because obviously he's dead here, but just like, how many minions do I lose from piecing out at Janna at 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes into the game? We just piece out of lane with Janna, right? What up, weebs, and welcome to the most broken mid laner in League, Classic Janna. Now, this probably isn't the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of broken mid laners, but let's just take a look at her kit and explain her game plan, and I think you'll start to agree with me. So her game plan is pretty one-dimensional, and it revolves entirely around these two abilities. First one is her Howling Gale, her Q, which is, if you just look at the base damage on this, pretty modest, but when you charge it up, it suddenly goes to, holy shit, that's a lot of damage. Now, you know, of course, this is kind of slow in his big windup to get this damage, so you're probably not hitting your opponent mid lane with it. But that's not the point. No point in the game plan is to actually hit your opponent. Obviously, you know, if it comes to it, you do like decent damage, but that's never your game plan. Your goal is to clear the minion wave, and this will not only hit every single minion in the wave, but starting at like rank 3, this will clear the backline by itself. So you're clearing this out, one, faster than basically every mid laner, and two, safer than literally any other champion in the game. So you're clearing waves, right? Okay, so what are you doing with that? Well, you gotta look at, one, her passive, which is plus 3% movement speed. That's pretty good, but also her W gives her another plus ridiculous movement speed. So you can kind of start to see where we're going with this. Basically, you're not a mid laner, you're kind of River Janna. You're clearing wave as fast as you can, and then go leave lane. That's your whole game plan. Now, let's take a quick look at her runes and masteries, just to see how we're dealing with that. First, the runes is, I mean, that's pretty standard AP runes, M pen, ability power, cooldown reduction. That's really important. As we'll see when our masteries, we've gone, not for the damage masteries, we've got a little bit down into the AP, especially for the cooldown reduction that we really want. But what we're really looking for is these utility masteries, because again, we're not really looking to deal damage. We are, but to the minions, not to the champion. So a lot of this isn't really going to help us. What is going to help us is, one, increase movement speed. Two, again, increase movement speed. 3 plus 6% cooldown reaction. That's 10 cooldown just from our masteries alone. Summoner spell cooldown. This is gonna help. We're taking teleport, right? We're gonna, if we need to get back to lane, but especially if we need to use teleport to gank somewhere, these are gonna come in helpful. We're cranking down that teleport cooldown, and then just mana. Janna's a pretty mana hungry champion, so we're taking that. So the strength in Janna is not just how powerful this is when it goes like really well. Like you can imagine, oh, clearing mid lane and then okay, you get a kill and then you get another kill. Like, what if it doesn't go well? But here's the thing: it's fucking impossible to kill Janna. You can't gank Janna. Every single one of her abilities is a disengage. Passive, move speed. Q, it's a knock-up that lets you disengage. W, it's a slow. E, a shield. R, it's a knock-up and a heal. Literally every single one of her abilities is gonna prevent you dying. So it's like, and then if you think about what she's doing, what are we doing? We're wave clearing from 1800 range. That's like that's like the entire screen away. If unless you can like get to Janna and then get through all of these other abilities, you're not touching Janna. If Janna doesn't want to be touched, you're not touching Janna. All right, so let's just take a jump into our first game here and just see exactly what this pans out, right? So what do we got? Okay, so this is like kind of the ideal comp for a Janna. Not exactly, but we got a Kog'Maw, right? And so, okay, like, you know, oh, if you're playing Janna, you don't quite have like the mid lane hyper carry damage, right? But okay, one, you do like decent damage, right? Like the Q Termino, it's kind of hard to hit like in lane, but like in a team fight, if there's CC, if there's chaos going on, you're rocking that. It's got a huge base damage. But also, if we're rocking like a Kog'Maw or a Vayne or something bottom, where we can just like make sure if you have a character where if they don't die, and you win, you play Janna mid. Like this especially works if you have like another like support bottom. We got a Brand bottom. He was like, no, I'm gonna go Brand, whatever. All right, so let's skip forward a little bit. Okay, so we're going to lane against Ryze, and all right, so Ryze is like slapping shit, and look, here we are. This is we're like 5 seconds in the lane, and it's like already dead, right? And like, and we're just gonna push into Ryze, right? And like okay, he's taking a trade against us, but like he can't fight us now. We've cleared the wave so fast. Like he cannot fight us. Like Rise is stronger than Janna, like straight up. But look how much he lost that trade just because we're Janna and he's not Janna. So we're just gonna push this again. Like he's walking up to us, but like okay, again we're casting the tornado from back here because, you know, we don't need to be near him to wave clear. So we're like, okay, we're gonna respect the Rise. We're gonna stand back, and now we're just, you know, level up. Let him smack a little bit of shit. We're gonna last hits, and he's fighting us again. I guess we're gonna take that trade, whatever. But again, this is not really our game plan. Like he's just. Maybe we could kill him, but like this isn't our game. If we had Ignite, we could definitely kill him. But this shouldn't happen. So we're just gonna follow our game plan. We're just gonna push. That's our game plan. Push, only push. Here did we get a candy minion? No, we don't have hands, but that's fine. Okay, so we got our second level on our queue, and we just decide, okay, Tarek's overstanding a little bit. We can just go top lane, and what I want to pay attention to is not just that the Tarek fucking dies, because obviously he's dead here, but just like how many minions do I lose from piecing out at Janna at 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes into the game? We just piece out of lane with Janna, and like what do we lose from this, right? And right, so we pushed lane into his tower and we lost like what is this, a wave. And so we're gonna take the first back, and okay, so first item we're looking to get is the Morellos, because on support, like you don't really need like the raw AP. Our goal is not to kill them. Our goal is utility. One, it gives you like shields and stuff, but also like if we ever use our W, like that cuts down our speed if we're like off cooldown. So if we need to use it, we want to back off cooldown as soon as possible so we can keep flying. And then of course, if we're like running around them, you know, cooldown does help with damage, right? And so like, you know, rather than bursting them down, we're running them down. Okay, so we're back in lane, and now we're just gonna follow our game plan. We're just pushing. We're just pushing. Okay, and we have slightly more hands this time. We lost less CS here. But again, what are we doing? Okay, we're looking bot. Wave's pushing hard into the lane. We crashed into our tower. Now we're sending the wave back. So we got a little bit of time. So now we're gonna look bot, right? And it's like, can we get anything? No. I think they either they warded or they realized that Janna left lane, which is fine. But again, what are we losing for this? Okay, we just like fucked off bot 4 minutes into the game. We sent a wave in the tower, and we fucked off bot. We do not have boots. And what do we lose for this? 1 minion. We lost 1 fucking minion for just fucking off bot like midway randomly through the lane. That is like we have 355 movement speed on Janna, right? We don't have boots yet. We're cooking, and like for out of combat, 369 move speed. That is like better. That is like level 2 boots for like most characters, and that's just kind of what we get with Janna with all the masteries and runes and being Janna, right? And so, okay, like Rise is pushing us into tower again, but you know, okay, we don't, do we care? No, because we can just sit back, wait, and he can't touch us. Okay, so top is going a little bit crazy, so again, we're just gonna like fuck off top a little bit, and this one might actually be like a little bit of a mistake. Like they can't kill me, but like they can maybe kill Gangplank here if Rise shows up, which it kind of looks like he might be doing. So. Yeah, and there's Rise, and so okay, yeah, and he's stunned. He doesn't have men. Okay, so we're going back to lane, reset. Okay, we're now okay, and Rise is taking a trade with us. He's been a little bit crazy. He's been their jungler. I don't know what the fuck their jungler was doing. And now we're gonna look bot. We got 6, and now immediately we look bot. We see they're fighting, and boom. This is how much CC Janna has. Like, like. What are they gonna do? I Q him, and I don't know if he intended to do this. Like he flashes over my Q, but that's fine because we're like twice as fast as him. He cannot touch us, right? And so now, all right, we're just gonna go back to mid. And we teleported bot randomly, and you know we're considering buying boots here. I got the mobility boots, and we're like, maybe we don't need them. Maybe we just want to get our Morellos, right? And I can see an argument for both here. Honestly, like the mobility boots like might be good. But also, like, Rise is starting to get stronger. We want to be able to just, like, make sure we can, like, push him out of lane, right? And so, okay, so we're going back to lane here. And again, like, we're under tower, but, like, that doesn't matter. He can't, like, touch us. Okay, and if we walk up to him like that, he can touch us. But, like, generally, we're just, like, hanging back, right? Like how much, like range our fucking like Tornado has. This is like absolute worst case scenario. You can still like completely wave clear, get all the XP, get like maybe half the CS if you're like really like pushed off of it. We're still missing half the CS. We don't talk about that. And Rise just takes under the keys of the face for some reason here. So like if you're like this is never a game plan to fight our opponents. But if they don't respect you, like Janna does do like a decent amount of damage. She can kind of like fuck you up, right? But again, okay, so we cleared our wave. Rai pushed us in, but now we just got way more wave clear than him. So what is our response? We're gonna walk top again, and Rise is gonna lose. He's gonna lose some minions. Like if he follows us, like he's losing some shit, right? And look, we just and like he's following us, but we're way faster than him. He's not. Like, he's not going anywhere. We still got our heal. Rise can't touch him. He decides to flash over the wall instead of... And here I was like, okay, we can heal and the Gangplank can hang around, but no, okay, this works there, right? And it's just how much stronger we are, because we're able to get there like 10 seconds before Rise could even think of showing up, and he still lost minions, right? Whereas we lost, what, 3 melee creeps? Like, we lost nothing from that. We lost fucking nothing from that because Rise decided to follow us. He lost minions. We, like, basically didn't. And now he's dead and he loses more and we lose, like, almost nothing, all right? And so now, again, we're just going to take another back. We're out of mana and I think we can get our Morellos and maybe Boots now. And our team is taking Dragon, but, like, that's fine. They don't need us. And so, yeah. All right, so what are we getting? Oh. Wards, ooh, who gets Wards? Yeah. Get a Morellos, that's a really cheap item, which gives you like so much. Morellos is such a good item. And then we finally pick up our boots, okay? And so now look how much boots we have. We have 443 move speed. This is like most characters with a movement ability turned on, and this is fucking regular Janna, bro. Like that's silly. Like this should not know. Like what the fuck, bro? Like you know what I mean? And like, look, we just one Q, the back lane like evaporates, right? Like this is not, like this is like almost not okay. Like if you think about it, okay, like oh, like Rise is like not playing like Mako well. Like oh, he's kind of letting us get away with this. But like, what is he gonna do? He can't wave clear like this. Even like a better character cannot wave clear like this. We're like they can't gank us. You can't kill Janna in a gank, right? Maybe you can like out wave clear her, but like are you gonna have as much CC as her? Like she's right. Like you really can't do this. And you can see a wave clear where we miss half the wave, but that's fine. We're Janna. We got a fucking shield. He takes another trade with us. That's like questionable. We're just gonna let him back off and clear the wave, and he decides to take another tornado. Okay, so if you're not respecting Janna, like this shouldn't happen. But if you don't respect Janna, like he's like almost dead now, right? Like this shouldn't happen, right, ever. But, right, it might if you don't respect the Janna. Sometimes it's kind of one of those situations that it's like, ooh, do we want to, like, and at least him takes a fucking cue to this is, no one's, like, we still got our ult. He's never going to kill us, right? And so, like, I don't know why he's even ganking us, even at full HP, that's, like, questionable to be ganking mana if she's got enough mana for ult, right? And Rise walks into between the towers, which is just okay. That's you're gonna die. And now Lee Sin decides to give us red buff. That's fun. Like what do you? Yeah, no, he's fucking dead, right? And now we're fed as Janna, right? This shouldn't happen. This is never part of our game plan. This is at no point part of our game plan playing mid Janna. But you know, Janna is no slouch, right? She can fuck you up if you're not careful, right? And now we're slapping mid tower. And the other thing with Janna is, you know, she gets free attack damage with her shield, right? She's no slouch when it comes to fucking up towers like a little bit, right? And you know, jungler's dead, the mid laner's dead. We're just gonna like push in another wave, and again, it's just gone. And now we just take another back, right? Okay, so what other items are you getting on Janna? Next, I would get the death cap because you don't need like a utility on anything, but what you can use on Janna is just the raw AP. One, damage is always good, but also her heal and shield. You want to be supporting your team. You got like 30% cooldown. That's almost max cooldown, right? And we get a little more. We could like you know, slightly optimize our runes to get like, ooh, you know, cooldown per level. But you know, I'm a fan of the early cooldown because you know early game is like best, right? But essentially we got max cooldowns. But essentially you're gonna get a death cap first, right? And there's like a couple other items you might like consider on Janna. Like one, obviously Ardent Sensor, especially if you're playing a Kog'Maw, you might consider they getting like third, even second maybe. Like if you really want to like pump up your bot lane. In same vein, you might consider Zeke's. It's like not as good on Janna. It's more like a you know gangplank support kind of thing. It's legit. Trust me. I'll maybe do a video on that. But again, and then like boots. Right now we got. I mean, they got a fucking Leona and they got a Taric. So we went with the Merc treads. I think that's why we didn't pick up the mobility boots earlier. We were like, okay, we're that's fun, but like this is a game where we need like Merc treads, right? And then what else are you gonna get, Janna? You might consider Zhonya's Hourglass, not because you need the active. But because that and Deathfire Grasp are going to give you 120 AP, right? And if you've maxed out cooldown reduction, kind of the main thing you were looking for is AP, right? Other things to consider, you might consider a Lich Bane. Again, not for damage, but for tower damage. If you're pushing waves, you get a Lich Bane. This is going to make you like a threat as like in the towers. Similarly, in Nashers, you might consider Nashers and the Lich Bane combo, right? That's something I get on AP Tristana. Just, you know, AP Tristana, you killing them, okay, and then what, right? You can continue being like the most all-in champion, or you could like abuse Tristana's kit to get them. But this is about AP Jam, right? Oh, the other item is really good in League Classic. Super underrated is Twin Shadows. In this gives you extra movement speed. Lich Bane also gives you movement speed, by the way, but Twin Shadows really cranking that movement speed. And oh yeah, so they surrender. They realize, okay, that's fucking over. AP Jam is like the best. We can't do anything against that. But okay, like Lich Bane gives you movement speed, but also Twin Shadows gives you movement speed, and it lets you gank, right? You might even consider getting this first if you really want to fucking like leave lane and gank. I would still get Morello's just because of the cooldown reduction and because of the mana. Janna's pretty mana hungry. You want to kind of like get some like mana on her at least. Okay, so I think you should be pretty sold on the mid lane Janna. But I think what I want to talk about, the other thing I want to talk about is just like why I like playing the lane Janna, because the main thing I like doing in League is finding ways to like win lane, and mostly by fucking killing my opponent, right? So what am I doing playing like Karma top? Why do I play Janna? And the reason is because, well, my macro fucking sucks. But if you're playing like these, what I like about these off-meta builds is what is your win condition, right? You're finding an alternate win condition, right? And it's like, especially with Janna, it's like, it's very easy to follow. You don't have to think about it. It's like, okay, you push lane and then you leave. And then you win, right? It's very simple. Like anyone can like kind of do this, right? And that's maybe why it's like a little broken, is because it's so very easy to do. But also it's like if you can't macro, just play around your team, right? Like say mid lane, nah, doesn't matter. You're taking mid lane out of the equation and you're saying I'm gonna help my team, right? And that's kind of almost like you're kind of almost like winning mid lane for free. It's like if you like really know how to macro, like this is gonna help you. But if you don't know how to macro, it's just a very simple pattern to follow. Like does mid lane need pushing? Yes, push mid lane. No, go fucking leave, right? It's very simple. It's a simple game plan to follow, to just kind of like play around your team. And it's like, okay, and then if your team like kind of fucks up, or maybe your team kind of sucks, well, that doesn't matter as much because you're playing a fucking support that ensures your team will never die, right? And so it's just kind of like, it's not only is it like really strong, like you see all the damage that if they don't respect you, the damage is pretty good, but like essentially it's like you kind of opt out of playing mid lane and you just get to be out on the map. You just get to fucking gank. You get a clear mid lane and you go gank, and then like no one can keep up with you, right? This is like kind of not okay. And so that's like why Janna is like the most busted mid laner in League of Legends, just because it allows you to do so much with so very little, right? All right, that's it for today. Subscribe and come back for more build breakdowns where we explore like the best like off meta builds and how to build them and why exactly they work and what is your game plan. All right, subscribe.